Our investigation starts here, Camden Market, one of the most famous markets in the world. Armed with a secret camera, we joined the crowds looking for a purchase, a coat with a fur trim.
It's definitely fake fur, yeah?
Yeah, fake one, yeah. According to the price, is fake one, of course.
Yeah, but I don't want to buy if it's real fur.
No. Real is very expensive, sir. Real is very expensive.
100%, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
100% fake fur.
101%.
This is the coat that we have just bought. It even has a label on it saying 100% polyester. So, no animal fur here then. Only one way to be sure.
Dr. Phil Greaves is the country's leading microfiber expert, so we asked him to run all the tests needed to find out for sure if this was real fur or faux fur.
What is it?
It's animal fibre, because it's got the structural features that only animal fibres have. It's got a scale, an external margin of scales, internal medullary structure, pigment within the fibres. It's of two coats and the fibres taper towards their tips.
So that's 100% certain?
100%.
In all, we bought garments from 17 stalls and shops from across London, from Stratford to Shepherd's Bush Market, from bobble hats to keyrings and shoes with pom-poms. Again and again we were sold fake fur that turned out actually to be real fur.
I don't think it's real, man. I don't that. Nothing in this shop is made out of animal.
They're like a fake fur.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks real, yeah, but they're not real.
And again in Shepherd's Bush Market.
It's not real fur.
Okay.
Take me to court.
Take you to court, yeah?
Take me to court, but it's not 100%.
And then in Stratford, again we were misled. This time the fur she sold us even had traces of cat.
It's synthetic, I suppose, you know. It's not real. Real can't be for this price, you know.
It's interesting how many of those stallholders say that at that price it has to be fake fur. Real fur, they say, is expensive. Well, not anymore. According to the Humane Society, an animal rights charity, that is a common misconception. They say, in fact, real fur can now be so much cheaper than synthetic fur.
I think a lot of people think that fur is expensive and would look at a £10 bobble hat and not think for a second that it could be real fur. And we just encourage people to really be careful not to sleepwalk into buying real fur.
Her charity has even gone undercover themselves, filming this footage of what they describe as battery fur farms in China. In the cages, row after row of raccoon dogs. The Humane Society has long campaigned to highlight the issue of cheap imported real fur, which they say is now produced to such an industrial scale at farms like this that the price has dropped to rock bottom. So, back in London, what of those who had missold to us? We asked everyone who sold us real fur as faux fur to explain themselves. Some simply didn't comment, like these two, so we don't know if they themselves were victims duped by their suppliers. Others, like this lady, said she was shocked and that she relied on the label and was assured by her supplier it wasn't real fur. She's now removed the items from sale. Others, like this stallholder, said they had wrongly assumed it was man-made and had never intended to mislead. Which all leads to one inescapable thought. If so many of the shops and stalls that sell fur don't really know what they're selling, how on earth are we, the consumer, to know what the fur trim on our coat or the bobble on our hat is really made of? Alex Bushill, BBC London News.